What I am about to tell you was never meant to be spoken aloud. In villages across Africa, there are names, ancient names, that elders refuse to say out loud. Not because they don't know them, but because they know exactly what happens when you do. These are the 5 spirits you must never, ever call by name. And if you're watching this alone at night, I'm genuinely sorry. Africa is the oldest inhabited continent on Earth, and with that age comes something the rest of the world has tried to forget: an understanding that there are things living alongside her that are far older, far more intelligent, and far less forgiving than anything in our modern world can prepare us for. These are not myths. These are not stories told to frighten children. These are entities that entire communities have built rituals around, not to worship, but to survive. We will be counting down from number 5 to number 1. And number 1, we will not name. We will describe it. We will tell you what it does, but we will not say its name. Not even in this video. You will understand why. Number 5, the Adze. You know how some nights you see a firefly drifting outside your window, that soft, harmless little light, floating gently in the dark. In the traditions of the Yu people of Ghana and Togo, that light is not always a firefly. The Adze is a vampiric entity that roams at night in the form of a firefly. It drifts through the cracks in your walls, under your door, through the spaces between your window shutters. And while you sleep, it feeds. The Adze feeds on your life force itself, on your essence, night after night. Its victims grow weaker. They become sick with no explanation. They waste away, while healers find nothing wrong. In its human form, because it can take a human form, the Adze is almost always someone you know, a neighbor, an elder in the village, someone trusted, someone who smiles at you during the day, while draining you at night. The next time you see a light drifting toward your window at night, do not open it. Number 4, Mami, Wata. She is perhaps the most well-known water spirit across the African continent. Worshipped in West Africa, Central Africa, and even carried across the ocean through the trauma of the slave trade, and there is a reason she survived that crossing. Mami Wata offers gifts, wealth, healing, power, and many have accepted, but her generosity has a condition that is never stated up front. Those who receive her favor must remain faithful to her completely. If they abandon the rituals she demands, she reclaims everything she gave. The wealth vanishes, the health returns to sickness, and sometimes the person simply disappears. In Dakar, elders will tell you the ocean gives generously, but the ocean never forgets what it is owed. Do not make promises to something that lives forever. Number 3, I kept finding the same instruction in every source, repeated by every elder. In every community where this entity is known, raise your bed. That is the instruction. Make the space beneath it impossible to hide in, because the Tokoloshe cannot climb. The Tokoloshe is a small, dwarf-like entity from Zulu and Xhosa tradition in southern Africa, about the height of a child, sometimes smaller, matted hair, hollow eyes, and according to some accounts, only one arm. It is sent, not spontaneous, sent by someone who hates you. A neighbor, a jealous family member, a scorned lover. They call upon a dark practitioner who summons a Tokoloshe and directs it to a specific person. What does it do when it finds you? The gentle accounts say it causes nightmares, disturbs your sleep, creates a feeling of dread in your home that never lifts. The less gentle accounts say it attacks, physically, violently, leaving bruises and marks or with no explanation. In South Africa, the practice of raising beds is not superstition, it is common, practical, expected. An entire country raises its beds, not because of a story, because of experience. Number 2, the Kongamato. This one is different because this one been seen not just in folklore, not just by villagers, by explorers, by scientists, by people who came to Africa skeptical and left changed. The Kongamato is described across Zambia, Zimbabwe and the Congo as a massive leathery winged creature, wingspan reported between 4 and 7 feet, with a long beak, no feathers, and a reptilian body. In 1923, British explorer Frank Melland documented testimony from local people who described this entity attacking canoes. When shown an illustration of a pterodactyl, they identified it immediately without hesitation. In 1988, a man was brought to a hospital in Zambia with severe chest wounds. When the doctor asked what attacked him, the man described a creature from the swamps. The doctor showed him a book of prehistoric animals. The man pointed to the pterosaur. The name Kongamato translates to either overwhelmer of boats or breaker of boats. Neither translation suggests something you want circling above you. Number 1, I made a promise at the beginning of this video. I told you we would not say this name. And I am keeping that promise, not because I am being dramatic, but because the instruction attached to this entity across multiple African traditions is always the same. Do not speak the name, do not write the name, do not think the name too clearly, because it listens. This entity has no fixed form. Those who have encountered it describe something different every time. A shadow that moves when nothing is casting it. A figure standing at the far end of a room that was empty a moment ago. A voice that sounds exactly like someone you love, calling your name from outside at an hour when that person could not possibly be there. And the ones who made the mistake of responding, of calling back to the voice, of saying who's there, when something was clearly there, they are not the ones who gave us these accounts. Do not acknowledge it if you name in a voice you do not fully recognize. Do not answer if you see something at the edge of your vision. Do not turn to face it. If a voice outside sounds like someone you love at an hour that makes no sense, do not open the door. The moment you acknowledge it is the moment it knows it has you. I have received messages from people who engage deeply with information about this entity, saying that in the hours after they experienced something, a sound, a feeling, a name, spoken from nowhere. I don't know what that means, but I thought you should know those are the 5 spirits that have been spoken about in hushed voices for longer than any of our modern religions have existed. The Adze, Mami, Wata, the Tokoloshe, the Kongamato, and the one whose name we did not say, the one that listens. Africa is old, and old thing. Remember, subscribe to Ancestral Shadows, because next time we go deeper and the next story is worse.